This is Garrett Buell Robinson, reading from Nunatak. This book is dedicated to those who love with all they are, even when they are not loved in return. Your love is not in vain. My life dangles from a rail above the boiling water. The propellers churn the frothing chaos, pushing the massive ferry through the interior passage along the Pacific coast of Canada. My thoughts crumble and fall into this tiny disturbance of a vast sea as the wake fades into the indifferent distance. There are no stars, none that may twinkle in my eyes. The ceiling of indistinct clouds is a fuzzy blur dimly lit by the flicker of this buoyant bulb of a boat, with a frail wire of filament delicately stretched between the prow and stern. The islands to the west, and the entire continent of North America to the east, are completely concealed in a fathomless night. There are no signs of life I can recognize. There are no towns or houses. There is no development. There are no lamps lined along smoothly paved streets. There are no windows with angular frames glowing with settled domestic warmth. There is no civilization beyond the rails of this vessel and the splash of this wake that quickly dissipates into the frigid pulse of waves. This boat carries a lonely spark into a primordial dark. In the indistinguishable distance, two eyes open. They are eyes I have gazed deep inside, where my bleary sight has touched a kindness sweeter than any life I have ever known. I can see their image fluttering adorably, delicately flashing with astonishing beauty. Those eyes dispel the darkness. Those eyes see me through the night. Connie's eyes. The roar of the wake fades, and I hear a voice. She tells me she will go with me. She tells me she will not leave me. She loves me. So what did I do? I left without her. I told her I would be back. I told her I wanted to marry her. I asked her to marry me. But I didn't have a ring. I didn't have anything but a promise in the vacancy of my departure. Of course she wouldn't say yes. Not then. Not while I stuffed clothes in my duffel. She's a woman. She's heard promises all her life. Extravagant promises, earnest promises, desperate promises, tender promises, weeping promises, rhapsodic promises, promises of fanciful grandeur, promises of devoted adoration, promises of amorous magnificence, promises of gallant reliance, promises of every imaginable form and fashion that would always open into the emptiness of betrayal and abandon. If she says yes to the attention she deserves, she is cheapened by agreement. If she says no, she is scorned for coldness. She is a woman. And this woman, Constance, is wise. She said she will give me her answer when I return. For once, I've found someone who truly loves me. Through my life, the most I could hope to find in others is tolerance. But in her I found kindness and acceptance. She embraces me. She smiles at the sight of me. She opens her arms to me. She reaches for me, leans on me, bolsters me. She enriches me. In her I found love, her love, but not my own. I've always heard if you're not sure whether you love someone or not, then you don't. Love is something where there is no doubt. But with all she gives me, all the attention, all the affection, all the patience, if I feel nothing with this abundance, with this profusion of beauty she pours forth, maybe I am incapable of feeling anything. She loves me, truly loves me, and through my long, lonely life that is more than I've ever had before. Isn't that enough? What makes me think I could ever find more? What makes me think I deserve more? I try rationalizing. I begin tabulating the benefits of the relationship. She gives me comfort. She gives me stability. She gives me refreshment. She gives me joy. At least what I'm capable of receiving. She gives me life. But this disgusts me. Are my only desires what she gives me? Is even the thought of pleasing her simply a means by which I may gloat over my own capacity, virility, and generosity? What do I have to offer her? I have so little. I have practically nothing. I have only myself. But that is all she has ever asked for.